Hello everyone, welcome back. We're back again with my robot Hoover, the EUFY 11C. I've now had it for a couple of years. I think I made a video before about replacing the battery for 4 beeps, but I'm getting 4 beeps again, and I've replaced the battery again, and it is not a battery issue. So there's 2 reasons why you'll get a 4 beep warning, and it actually does tell you on the back of the pot here, the dispenser. So 4 beeps with a flashing red indicator light on the top is probably going to be a battery issue for power too low, and a steady on 4 beep is the roller is stuck. So on this occasion I'm obviously having roller issues, so I wanted to quickly go over the problems with the roller and just go on and tell you why these things will happen. So number 1, 4 beeps, try it's possibly your battery. I think if it's flashing will be battery related. I wouldn't even bother trying. You can try and do this to get rid of the flashing, but the flashing will more than likely be a new battery. Battery's about 17 or 18 quid on eBay or Amazon. But for the roller problem, I've had this roller out 3-4 times and I'm still getting the issue. So it's easy to get the roller out. You clip just that off and it just lifts out. So the main thing with this roller is it can get heavily knotted, especially if you've got dogs and that, or people with long hair in your house. So what you need to do is make sure that where hair is not gathered all around these edges, absolutely matted and stopping the mechanism from moving. And second of all, what you can do is this end with the bearing on, you can actually pull it off. You might need some pliers or something to do it first time as it's stiff. But what happens is if you haven't cleaned it for a long time, in this bearing in here, you can get matted hair or dirt or whatever else. But you can get a small screwdriver or something or whatever you want, knife, put it in there, and you can pop this bearing out. Mine is pretty clean because I've recently cleaned it, but last time I had a roller brush issue, in there was a huge build-up of rolled up hair that almost singed and burnt together from the bearing spinning against it constantly, and it blocked this from rotating, which was making the 4 beep error all the time. So once you've cleaned that out, you can push your bearing back in, simple as that. And also while you've got it off, check around the actual metal spline and clear any hair that's back on there. And all this does is push back on, simple. It'll save you from having to spend 8, 9, 10 quid on buying a new roller brush when the brush is fine and the rods and everything are fine, but it's just matted with hair and other rubbish. So you just push that back on there and you're good to go. Like so, easy as that. So before you spend a load of money on a new brush, try doing that. The second and more complicated fault you will have is in there with the roller brush motor. So what you need to do for me to see if the motor is completely dead is you can turn your Hoover over, just put your finger, either you can put the roller brush in, and this is probably half the reason why mine's getting jammed up as well as the frigging Nerf bullet in there. How on earth has that happened? I probably should have cleaned it, the pot out before I did this, but you get the real life scenario with me. So turn it on. And what I do is I put my finger on the rotating part. The wheels need to be down, and if you click it on, it'll try and run off. And you should be able to feel that spin, which I can. If I turn it over, you see I can't show you because as soon as it realises it's not on the floor, it senses it and it turns off. But you can feel that spinning when you put your finger under there and put it down. So no spin. Now it's spinning. As soon as I lift it up, it'll turn itself off. So I know that is working. But my issue was with this, but it wasn't a motor issue. EUFY also sell motors for about £20, and if that's not spinning, you might go away and buy a motor. It's not the case. Again, you undo this cap, take the battery out, undo the bumper screws, undo all these screws here, and you can lift the top off and there's one screw holding that motor in. Take the motor out, there's a couple of other screws attached to the gears of the motor with a belt. You undo those and you can take any hair, dirt and grime out of that gearbox and your vacuum will work again. And that is what was up with mine. 4 beeps, 4 beeps, 4 beeps, new battery, cleaning this roller a million times, trying to make it work again. But it was in there, it was the motor, and it's actually fairly easy to replace. This video is just a quick one to tell you the 3 things. I'm going to be making a second video of how to take the motor out, show you the gearbox and how to clean it. So that'll be next in the playlist, or go on my channel and have a look at the actual tear down of this and how you can replace and clean the motor mechanism out. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you on the next one, and I hope you fix your EUFY.